I was thinking about you too the other day. Father laid on me some revelations about you, baby. Obviously, when I got this revelation about your abilities, the first thing he brought to my mind was the character from X-Men, right? Storm. And I was sitting down yesterday in the library, and I was just sitting just looking at images, of the character, and I'm like, I'm just looking at. I'm just something clicked in my mind. I'm like, I was noticing something like the hair, the significance of the white hair, you know, the significance of the white hair. I'm like, I was thinking to myself, well, what's the significance of the white hair, man? And then the father, he revealed it to me that, yeah, you know, remember that, hey, Nayana, the verse in Revelation, what I'm saying? I think this was describing, I think John was seeing Yahusha in his glorified state. He was seeing Elohim in his glorified state, right? Because John, this is when John was looking at the Ancient of Days. He was seeing God. He said his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. His eyes were as a flame of fire. But I want you to really pay attention, Nayana. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow. And obviously, I understand that Storm is you. That's who the character Storm is. It's symbolic for you. And that's the significance of the white hair. The white hair. That's what the Father is going to do to your hair. Now, baby, I'm not with you right now, obviously. I'm not going to see you for another, 38 to 39 days. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm not exactly sure what he has already done with you. You know what I'm saying? Pertaining to, everything, your wings, everything. I don't know. But no doubt, this is what he's going to do with your hair. Yeah. I was just thinking about, you. You are so beautiful. Yeah. I was just thinking he has, prepared such a beautiful bride for me. And Nayana, when I sit down and I think about everything, all of it, the prophecy in itself, he didn't have to choose me for this. Everything, all of the beautiful things he's laid up for me and you, he didn't have to give this to us. But how blessed, how blessed, just like how blessed of a God we have, Nay. The Father, you can ask Mike and David. I talk about it all the time, Nayana, especially pertaining to myself. Like, I don't deserve nothing from him truly at the end of the day, what I'm saying, but his wrath. You know what I'm saying? I don't deserve anything truly from the Father, Nayana, except his wrath. Me, along with, many people down here for that matter, I no doubt deserve to be taken and, swung straight into Hades, but, as it says in, in the scriptures, Nayana, saying, praise Yahuwah, for he is good, and his mercy endures forever. And, his blessings, what I'm saying, you can't even, I can, I am saying what he is about to do with us. I mean, can you even fathom this? I no doubt believe and know all this is going to come to pass. Everything, Nayana, he has revealed to me by the Spirit. I know it's all going to come to pass. You and me coming together. Me, you, Danielle, and Zari getting these powers. I know it's all going to come to pass. But, even till this day, when I sit and just, think, Nayana, on the things that he is about to do, the things that he is about to bring to pass, when I sit and I think about just all of it, it still blows me away. I still stand in awe. I'm just in awe. I stand in awe of our Father, Yahuwah, every day, Nay. I stand in awe of the Father every day. I'm every day, Nayana. I'm in awe. I stand in awe by our Heavenly Father's infinite understanding and wisdom, power and might. You know, his glory, his strength, and his wisdom, Nayana, it's unfathomable. He is blessed. Our God is blessed. He's blessed, and you know what? He's blessing us with a lot. He's doing a lot with you and me and the boys that he doesn't have to. He chose the two of us. He didn't have to choose us. Hell, he dang sure ain't have to choose me. But he's called and he's chosen us to do this. You know, everything, all of it. You know, this is going to be incredible. But nonetheless, you know, it's going to be work though, nonetheless. You know, and no doubt the first step is getting this penance finished and done so that, you know, this prophecy can, you know, begin truly. You did your part, you know. It's funny too because I was sitting down thinking the other day, you know, yeah, that's what he's raised the two of us to be, two champions, two governors over his people, but also, you know, two champions for him down here on the earth. And I'm just thinking about this thing. I know you got this thing done already, baby. So you done got your championship. You got your championship ring. Yeah. And now it's time for me to get mine. You know, it's time for me to fight and win my championship game right here and get my ring. Just like how you fought and you stormed on and you stormed and thundered on this beast and destroyed him and slayed him. Well, it's time for me to do the same thing. It's time for me to do the exact same thing, baby, so I can see you and the boys. I love you, Nayana. You know, the Father today also revealed some more things to me. You know, some things that pertain to you. You know, baby. Now, I believe it was like a month ago. Yeah, it was a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And I was, you know, sitting down one day, and I think it was like right after. Yeah, Nayana. Yeah, it was the night after we had seen each other. You know, saying in that vision. You know, saying when we was in the classroom and we walked back. You know, saying it filled up your water canteen. It was the. It was the sunrise. It was the morning after that, after I had that vision, and I was sitting up, and then I was the place across from where I was sitting. A school bus had pulled up and parked in the parking lot, and then, you know, the Father had just gave me the revelation and laid upon my spirit and helped me make the connection that yeah, you're a teacher. You know, yeah. You know, so he gave me the revelation that you're a teacher. You know, he had me make a lot of connections with a lot of things I've seen, you know, around me. You know what I'm saying? And he helped. He gave me the revelation, nonetheless, though, that you're a teacher. You know, he gave me that revelation a month and a half back, and and no doubt, he gave me the revelation that yeah, you went to the University of Michigan. Yeah, you went to the University of Michigan. Yeah, he gave me the revelation. You know, saying that also you went to the, you know, University of Michigan. He confirmed it for me. You know, it's funny too because back when I was in Seattle, Nayana, I had many dreams about you. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, though, one of the dreams I had about you, nonetheless, though, pertained to you being on that campus. I had a dream about you when I was back in Seattle a couple years ago, Nay, and had a vision that, saying I was like with you, or I had seen you like on that campus. I think I had a vision or a dream where you were like on, you know, that University of Michigan campus. You know, saying you was wearing, one of, their attire as well, or something like that. Yeah, you went. So yeah, the Father gave me that revelation. You know, He's putting a lot of pieces together. You know, pertaining to this prophecy right now. Yeah, for me, I'm sure He's doing the same for you. You know, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main things that, you know, helped me one of the things I had, saying that he made me think back to, which confirmed that, the revelation was right, that, you did go to the University of Michigan, saying was the fact that, the team, your guys' team. You see, when I was in Seattle during the time, I was on the Washington Huskies. That's the, university, in there, St. College University in Seattle. I was on their campus, saying, doing ministry. I would, go there every now and then, preaching. I would, go down to a few. I preached at like a few of their games. I'll go to their campus. I would, preach to like the kids and stuff like that. I was pretty active on that, Washington Huskies campus, evangelically speaking. I was really active on that campus during my time there in Seattle. And while I was there, that and they're saying the national championship happened, and then I just remember, when I was there, yeah, the Huskies they went to the championship, and that's not a coincidence. And also, they played the Wolverines. Okay, that's not a coincidence either. And also, Nayana, I just want you to pay attention. The color pattern, right? Yeah. Especially for you. You where you went. The Wolverines, their colors are blue, right? Blue and yellow, right? Blue and sunny, right? Yeah. I'm sure you get that. Yeah. Blue and purple. I know that's the color I rock. And you rock blue. But not just that though. The name of the team, the Wolverines. The Wolverines. Obviously, so I'm sure you understand who I am. And what I'm saying, no doubt you understand who you are, but no doubt you understand who I am. Yeah, he had you go to the University of, Michigan. The name of the team was the Wolverines. The Wolverines. The name of the team was the Wolverines. Now, obviously, by this point, I'm sure you are exactly where I'm at. Obviously, you understand that there's no such thing as coincidences, baby. That doesn't exist. Coincidences that is not a thing that doesn't exist. There are no such things as coincidences, Nayana. This is wild. What I'm saying? Like, so no doubt that clicked for me as well. So he's giving me the revelation that, yeah, you went to the University of Michigan, you're a teacher, that's your occupation in the world, you know. And obviously he revealed that to me, but honestly, I think that was pretty obvious from what we saw in the vision. We were in a classroom setting. Yeah, we were in classroom for a reason. It's funny too, baby, because in the vision, when I was talking with you, I asked you, what class were we in? And you said science class. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I think you're a science teacher. I said, I could be wrong, on the subject you teach, but I don't, no doubt, no doubt, I'm right that you're a teacher. Yeah, I think you're a science teacher. In the vision, I asked you what class we were in, and you said science class. So, yeah, you're a science teacher. And you went to the University of Michigan. Father has revealed all this to me. And also, Nayana, saying that made it click for me too, because, we obviously, saying you went to man, saying saying I can't remember if you finished the school year with us. Can't remember, seeing you at graduation. I can't remember, but I know you were there. You were in my sixth grade class. I seen you in the school photo. I know for a fact though you didn't come with us to Shoemaker. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, saying you didn't come to Shoemaker. So I don't know what happened. I guess your family moved you out to Detroit, right? Detroit, right? Way out there in way out over there in Michigan. You know, yeah, we were together.